Gluten-free desserts, best ever brownies. Welcome to Believe It's Not Gluten, the home of amazing recipes for the gluten intolerant. Amazing because they taste so good no one will know they're gluten-free. These are rich, decadent, chocolatey, nutty, not too sweet brownies. So to start you need to roughly chop 300 grams of dry roasted almonds in a food processor. They don't have to be perfectly chopped, but you don't want them to turn into almond meal either. So I find it best to chop them in batches and stop before they get too finely chopped. Some of them will have turned almost into almond meal, and that's okay as long as there are plenty of chunks as well. If you do end up with some bits that are too big, just chop them by hand at the end. If you want to add walnuts, you'll also need to roughly chop them here, and some dark chocolate. So it's 70% cocoa chocolate, and this is just regular chocolate, not cooking chocolate. Regular chocolate makes the brownies more moist. If the chocolate is hard in cold weather, I find the easiest way to cut it is to cut it on the diagonal and to use a cleaver rather than a knife if you have one. And get the baking tray ready. It needs to be well greased. Nothing worse than having your best brownies sticking to the tin when they're cooked. So butter or coconut oil work well. Just use a generous layer and add some baking paper to be sure it won't stick. Now in this saucepan I have 300 grams of melted butter that is hot still, but nowhere near boiling. You don't want it boiling hot so you burn your chocolate. So just add the chocolate, give it a stir, and then give it a chance to melt without the heat on. If it's melting okay, just leave it for a few minutes and come back to it and you'll probably find it's well melted. If not, and you do need to add some heat, just very low heat and keep stirring it all the time. Now you need the butter and chocolate to be really well incorporated here. So keep stirring until it's a nice smooth mixture with no streaks of butter still in it. It's really important or your brownies will be greasy later on. Once that's right, add your sugar. And 2½ teaspoons of vanilla bean paste. I'm just estimating it here and that's fine for this recipe. And the cocoa. Get that all mixed in well. Then crack 5 eggs into a small bowl. Give them a whisk. And then they'll be added to the chocolate mixture. So whisk that all together. It will thicken up as you do this. You can see how thick it is now. And once that's done, just need to add the almond meal and the chopped almonds. Give that a stir. And then if you're using walnuts or pecans or some other nuts, add them in as well. Mix it all well together. A bigger saucepan would have been better there. And then pour it into your prepared pan. Bake in a preheated oven for about 45 minutes. And then to tell when it is cooked, it may start to crack around the edges a little. Otherwise, just check that the center has the same texture under the crust as the edges do, and then you'll be sure that it's cooked. Let it cool completely in the tin, and then once completely cool you can tip it out. You may need to slide a knife around the edges, but this one's actually fine without it, so I don't need to do that. So tip it out, remove the paper from the bottom, turn it over and cut it up. It is very rich, so you only need small pieces. If you do find it's a bit crumbly here, just pop it into the fridge for a while to firm up. And there it is, delicious, rich and nutty brownie. Hope you enjoy it. Please visit the blog for the full recipe and tips so that you can make this successfully yourself. If you like it, please subscribe to our channel below and give us a thumbs up. Make sure you make your comments or questions or requests here, or join us on Facebook. And please share our videos as much as you can. Thank you for watching, and believe it, it's not gluten.